This blink and you miss it Star Wars, the Clone Wars Easter egg in Supernatural is absolutely hilarious, but it's also likely to make you angry. Supernatural had an incredibly long run, with 15 total seasons spanning 2005 to 2020. Throughout those 15 years, Sam and Dean Winchester, along with countless other Supernatural characters, made numerous references to Star Wars movies and TV shows. Often, they referred specifically to the original Star Wars trilogy. One hilarious anomaly exists, however, revealing that Sam Winchester and Jack have both watched the Clone Wars. In Season 13, Episode 4, of Supernatural, The Big Empty, Sam walks into Jack's room when Jack is watching the Clone Wars. As this video, posted by VAVA Vera on TikTok, shows, Sam is clearly familiar with the Clone Wars as well, and he jokes that it's probably for the best that Jack hates Anakin Skywalker. The connection between Jack and Anakin is a hilarious and accurate one, although fans of both franchises are likely to grimace about Jack's pronunciation of Ahsoka's name and bristle at this commentary on Anakin Skywalker. This scene pokes fun at Anakin, and gets Ahsoka's name wrong. Jack hating Anakin is bad enough, but mispronouncing Ahsoka's name is adding insult to injury. Anakin Skywalker with his hand on Ahsoka Tano's shoulder in Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 19 Storm over Ryloth. Many have been bothered by Jack's declaration that he hates Anakin, especially because Anakin is one of Star Wars' best characters. It's also particularly surprising, but funny, that Jack would hate Anakin in the Clone Wars of all Star Wars projects, given this is easily the role in which Anakin is the most sympathetic and humanized. One can only imagine how Jack would feel about Anakin had he seen Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones or Star Wars, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The much bigger grievance audiences have with this scene, though, is the fact that Jack mispronounces Ahsoka's name. In the clip, his pronunciation sounds much more like Osaka than Ahsoka's actual name. What is especially odd about this misstep is that Jack would have only heard Ahsoka's name at that point, as he'd been watching the show. It's therefore confusing that he would get it wrong, and it's also unclear whether the show intended for him to get it wrong or somehow overlooked this error. Why we forgive Supernatural anyway? It's easy enough to explain this away, and the reference is just too good to stay mad. Admittedly, I cringed when I heard the pronunciation of Ahsoka's name, but I forgive Supernatural for a few reasons, and not just because I love the show. For one, Jack is really infant or toddler age at this point because of his odd aging process, so it's not that difficult to imagine that he simply said the name incorrectly, even having heard it. It wouldn't be out of character for Jack to make a mistake like that. It's much better to imagine the error was intentional rather than something the show just didn't double-check for whatever reason. I also forgive Jack for saying he hates Anakin because the underlying joke is worth the jab. Jack ends up following Anakin's arc almost exactly, going from an exceptional child to a villain to a redeemed hero. The fact that Sam tells Jack it's for the best that Jack dislikes Anakin only makes this all the funnier. Many missed this Star Wars, The Clone Wars reference in Supernatural, and, while it may annoy some, it's absolutely hilarious.